Welcome to the Second Opinion Sports Show. We're visiting with Chris Ulmer of the Bowlarena Lanes in Jacksonville. How are you doing today, Chris?
Doing well, thank you.
Well, we're excited to have you on to talk about all the fun that goes along with the joy of bowling. Now, Bowlarena has a very long history here locally in the Jacksonville area and it goes way back to 1955 when a group of Marines wanted to open a recreational facility for a great place to hang out. And that was your grandfather, Roger Douglas. So
Yep.
tell us a little bit about kind of the birth of the lanes and what bowling means to your family.
Mhm. Thank you again for having me on. So my grandfather started our first bowling center in 1955 here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. While he was in the military, served in World War II, and like you were saying, a group of them wanted to do something a little bit, on the entertainment side. So they decided to open the bowl arena up. My grandfather had helped build bowling centers for the military. He had managed some bowling centers after getting out of the military, and so they decided, since Jacksonville didn't have one, they wanted to build one. So him and a couple partners went in the beginning and built our first bowling center, which the building is no longer there now. The first one, if you're familiar with Jacksonville, there is an NTB tire shop that is over on Highway 24 just outside the main gate. And it sat where that building is at. There used to be a furniture store next door, Mallory Sales, I think it was. And we built a 8-lane center, or he built an 8-lane center there. And back then he used to do everything. They didn't have automatic pin setters like they had since the late 70s or mid 70s. So you used to have pin boys. One of the original pin boys that worked at that bowling center is still friends with us. He worked there when he was 12, 13 years old and still a good friend. And so basically back then, every time you throw the ball, someone would have to pick up all the pins that were knocked down, clear them off the pin deck, and then pick up your bowling ball and set it on the ramp to roll back to you to go again. So each pin boy would typically work about 4 lanes back then. So my grandfather would help do that, work in the bar, work at the counter. It was him and my grandmother really, and then an occasional pin boy that would help. So a gentleman named Amy was one of our original pin boys. I said still great friends with him today. And then so that bowling center ended up having a fire and burnt down. I don't remember what year. I want to say mid 60s, I think, something like that is when it happened. And then we built our second bowling center. The second bowling center is still there. It's no longer a bowling center. And it is where the Word of Faith Church is on Highway 24 now, almost down by Sanders Ford, just a few miles from where the original one was. So that was a 16-lane bowling center. We built that, and we stayed in that building until their newest center, which is where we're currently located, opened in 1979. So that's our third center in Jacksonville. We went from 8 lanes to 16 lanes to now 32 lanes. And so each time we've kind of doubled in size. So we've been there since 79. We did have a pretty decent fire there at the newest one back in 2017. And then we did a pretty good remodel and all new equipment and everything. So surprisingly, bowling centers is so much wood and dust and everything from the lanes that I hate to say it, but fires are fairly more common than you would get in some other industry. So never good. But this time, at least we didn't have irreparable damage like we did in the very first one back in the late six or early mid 60s. So this one, we could repair it. So we were closed for a little under a year. All new machines in the back of the pin setters, all new scoring, complete remodel and everything inside. So again, we've been in that center since 79, but it got a pretty much a full renovation 2017-18 timeframe. So but yeah, we've been doing it for a long time. I have grown up in that bowling center. I was tell everyone I was born on in lane 16. It wasn't really the case, but I've lived in that bowling center my whole life.
Wow. And it's such a fun sport, such a
Mhm.
healthy way for families to get out, interact, play together. Now you have leagues. Summer leagues is happening right now. Is that right?
Yep. So bowling is the most participated in sport in the world uh, because you don't have, you can come in and just play. It's not, you can't, drive down the street and say, I want to go play in a soccer game tonight or go play in a baseball game, right? But you can
Mhm.
drive into a bowling center and go bowling. And so it has more participation because you have all types of people that bowl from, we have a blind bowlers league where, they need assistance and they have rails that they can help get up there to children, from age 3 to 103 that bowl, and so you could, you're not, again, you're not going to go see 100-year-old playing soccer, but you'll find them bowling on a regular basis. And so, yes, we started our summer leagues. They are just all starting in the middle of that. We kind of only have two seasons in bowling. We have winter and summer. We don't really have like spring and fall. And your winter season is typically around like August or so, depending on what league, and it runs all the way until April, maybe beginning of May, just depending on the league. And then we have our summer season, which we're in now, which is, mid-May, beginning of May, again, depending on the league, up and through the winter one starts, which would be in August. So typically the winter leagues are 32 weeks long and summer leagues are 16 weeks long. And then that remaining 4 weeks of the year is weeks you don't bowl or in between the seasons kind of thing. So, but it's good. Leagues are, in a much, I would say, much less competitive in the summer because it's a short season. Your winter leagues, depending on which ones you join or whatever, we have a men's league, we have women's leagues, we have mixed leagues where you have, men and women on the same team. We've got kids leagues. So depending, no matter what your skill level, there is a league that would fit in with that, from new bowlers to, again, more advanced or whichever. Like Saturday mornings, we have children's leagues all morning. So every day of the week, we have a league typically.
How fun. What a healthy way to interact and socialize with, because we got to get out. We have to
Mhm.
not stay in and on our devices so much, and we need to get out and be active. So this is a great way. And year round, you can do this year round when it's hot outside, when it's cold outside, doesn't matter what the temperature is, you can bowl any time of year. Now
Yeah.
you've got a game room, you've got a snack
Mhm.
bar, a pro shop, birthday parties, special events. People can also reserve. Tell us a little bit about being able to do an event there.
Yep. So again, we've got 32 lanes. We can typically get, 160 people bowling at the same time. We do corporate events. We can do, birthday parties for kids, whichever it is. So, we do have a full kitchen, so we can take care of all the food and drink for everybody as well. And then on Saturday nights we have, we call it Thunder Alley, which is we have a bunch of large projector screens showing like music videos. We have like the dancing effects lighting, music playing, black lights everywhere. It's just fun. It's a much more social type, gameplay. There's not much competitiveness going on then, but it's a real good time. It starts on Saturday or Friday evenings at 9 o'clock, and then Saturday evenings as well. So it's a good time to come bowling if you don't mind being out that late. And then if you want like less of a crowd, earlier in the day, midday on a Saturday, anytime during the day, Monday through Friday, up until about 5 o'clock is pretty a little bit slower if you want not as many people, but it's birthday parties. We have a lot of kids parties that we do on the weekends. We have adult parties if you want to, come in on a Saturday night with your friends and bowl and drink some beer and have some fun. We can do that too.
Wonderful. And how fun is that? And now, any pro bowlers come through there or prodigies that may have come out of Bowlarena?
I'm sure when we have several people with they call it pro cards, where you have to average a certain amount for so many years and so on. So we have several people with pro cards that bowl, and we've had regional title bowlers that have many of those through the years that have bowled with us and still do bowl with us. And um, I I can't think, there was one Curtis Odom, many 20 years ago. I think he came out of our center. He was a national title holder. No other national title holders that bowl with us on a regular basis. We have them come through for tournaments and things that have bowled, but not that bowl in our leagues on a regular basis. Several regional title winners, so senior tour winners, things like that.
Neat. And we thank you so much for having, this place here for families to come, a safe place for people to go and recreate and have a good time. Now those parties, I was seeing that the birthday parties start as little as 185, so you make it really affordable for families to be able to come in, do an
Mhm.
event, be able to invite their friends. And where this show's about, sports and people being active and healthy. What is, you said this is, the most participated sport just because of
Mhm.
the ease of being able to just show up and play.
Mhm.
Um, I don't see this going out of style anytime soon, but what is the age, are we seeing a lot of our young people coming out and doing this?
Yeah, so especially in the summer, we have what we call Kids Bowl Free.
Hmm.
And so you can buy a pass, at the Kids Bowl Free. I think it's kidsbowlfree.com, if I'm not mistaken. You could just Google Kids Bowl Free and it'll come up. And then you choose the Bowlarena as your center. And you can buy a family pass or just a kids pass. Most people buy the family pass. So, basically everyone can come in and bowl for free every day during the summertime. And so there's a date range set up. It's already going on currently. But check that out. It's a great way to save some money and still come out and get some exercise and bowl, have a good time. We do have a lot of kids. We have kids leagues on Saturday mornings. We have summer camps and groups that are coming through almost daily from different organizations and things. We don't hold any summer camps, but they bring the kids to us. So a ton of the camps that go on throughout the city, the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, the rec departments, all of those, plus some others. They all bring the kids in and they'll come bowling for a couple hours most every day, one of the groups. And then, of course, you have, I said, like, your seniors, that we have a Monday afternoon seniors league that's at 1 o'clock. And, we get 70, 100 seniors in there bowling every Monday. But if you bowl 3 games, which is what most of the leagues bowl, that's a little over half a mile of walking on just the bowling part, not, of course, walking there, whatever else. That's literally just walking back and forth from the ball return to the foul line. So every 6 games is roughly a mile of walking. So, if you think about it, a lot of people might not be able to walk outside because of the heat a mile, but they can come in there and bowl a few games. And if they have a kids bowl free car, that doesn't even really cost them, and they can come in and bowl for free and get some exercise at the same time.
What a great statistic to know. I'm gonna remember that to tell people because that is a great little fun fact.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned the blind bowling league too. Years ago, I worked with the Down syndrome bowling league, and that
Mhm.
was so much fun. There were some great athletes in that little group, and
Mhm.
so you have some things to accommodate people that may have a disability, like ramps and things like that, to help them enjoy.
Yep, we have ramps for handicap. We have ramps for kids if they like little dinosaur ramps that they can use. We have for blind bowling, we have like the rails for that to guide them up to the foul line to throw the ball. So no matter what, there's a way, there's plenty of room to maneuver wheelchairs if you need to. So all of that is very much ADA compliant, being very much so. There's nowhere in that building that's very tight. Everything's designed is very open and spacious to get around.
That's wonderful. It's great to know. So, folks, if you want to get out, you want to do something healthy, and you don't have to worry up to on a rainy day, especially or when the weather is maybe not as friendly. Bowlerina Lanes at Jacksonville is the destination. Now, your website has tons of information. People can find out just about anything they need to know. It's bowlerenaofjacksonville.com. You're 433 Western Boulevard.
Hmm.
Jacksonville is the location 910-455-8800.
Hmm.
So be sure, folks, to give them a call to find out when they do some special events and things, and of course when you can reserve your lane. Now, you do some other things here locally in business. Crystal Coast Graphics. Tell us a little bit of, since we have you on here, tell us a little bit
Right.
about your business.
Yeah, so that's I have several different things going on. Not only, of course, the family business, but I have Crystal Coast Graphics. We do vehicle wraps, boat wraps, things like that. We started a little over 20 years ago now. Been doing those. So I've got a good team of I don't know. I think we hired two new people today, so I think we're up to like 16, 17 people now, something like that. But we've got a great team, and my wife works with me in that building as well, and we've got my kids. I have a 5-year old and one that just turned 8, so I have two little ones, and they love coming in every day when they get done with a summer camp or school or whichever, and they come and help out. So. We're very blessed there and have a great. It's always been a family environment wherever it's at, and then I have a food truck as well that a good friend of mine runs. He's actually one of our bowlers as well, and it's very family oriented even in that. And his daughter helps him out on the truck a lot as like a cashier and helps out, so that's great. Gets to spend with his family and kids, and then so yeah, I mean, it's I've been very lucky in the Jacksonville area. I've grown up here. I was born here. My mother was pretty much raised here from a very young age, and even my father worked for my grandfather since he was in his late teens. And so we've been around the family businesses and in Jacksonville for I mean, all of my life and most of theirs as well. So that's been really good to see it grow and all the different things that are available to people in the area now, and different restaurants and entertainment facilities and just things. We many years ago, I also had a roller skating rink and a laser tag. It's actually the building to the right of the bowling center that's a church now. I built that back in 2001, and I owned and operated that until 2013. And then I sold that. And then, I mean, who knows? We'd love to do something like that again. Another large family entertainment center. There's some of them going up in other areas, outside of our area. I think it would be, it's needed. In our area, we don't have as much for the youth to do. So it's something I could, maybe in the future would love to add on or to do again. But yeah, I enjoy that business very much.
Sounds like it. And that's when you're on track to doing what you were born to do and you follow your passion and what you truly enjoy.
Mhm.
And what a beautiful legacy your family has built there in the Jacksonville area and here in Eastern North Carolina, being able to provide a place for memories to be made and for people to try new things and get out
Mhm.
and enjoy. And we only get one shot at this life, so we need to enjoy it and have a good time and be with loved ones and people that are special to us. So
Mhm.
sounds like you folks have all the boxes checked on that. And
Try to.
yes. So Bowlarena Lanes, folks, that's the destination. If you're new, if you're pro, if you haven't done it in a while, doesn't matter where you are, just pop in and get some enjoyment.
Most of the time, even when people bowl 3 games, by the time they're done walking back and forth off the approach, go in and go to the bathroom, go get a drink, whatever, walk around some, it adds up pretty quick. We many years ago, there was no stats on that, so I wore one of those little pedometers, that you clip
Okay.
onto your belt or whatever. I mean, we're going back 20 plus years now, but I think you can do it with your phone now. But I was like, I wonder how. I was bowling a lot more competitively back then. I bowled it in college and I traveled around the country bowling in tournaments and stuff. And I was like, I wonder how many miles I'm walking because we might bowl 15, 20 games in a day.
Hmm.
And I had figured it out that it was about six, I mean, about 1 mile for about every 6 games on just walking up there to throw the ball. So that's kind of neat.
That is, and they've come a long way with our pedometers. I had a
Yeah.
clip-on one and it never seemed to quite work right.
Yeah,
But they have now we're wearing rings that
that's
track
it.
everything. So
That's
they've
it.
come a long way with all that. Well, gosh, Chris, thank you so much for being with us on the show and
Yeah.
sharing a little bit of the world of bowling. And what a fun place to be, and what a great thing your family has done. Thank you so very much, and for supporting our show and being a part of that. We appreciate it so much.
Well, thank you guys for having me very much.
Bowlarena Lanes is your destination for bowling fun for the whole family. Memories are made here every day, and there are leagues available for all ages. Bowling is a healthy way to socialize and stay active. Bowlarena Lanes is located at 433 Western Boulevard in Jacksonville, North Carolina. For more information, visit bowlarenaofjacksonville.com. All Sport Nutrition of Jacksonville, North Carolina is here to help you take your muscle growth to greater heights. All Sport Nutrition is committed to providing you with the highest quality products. Not only do we carry products from major brands, we formulate our own as well. You won't find a place that cares more about your goals than we do at All Sport Nutrition, located at 431 Western Boulevard, Suite E in Jacksonville. Call 910-968-0586. That's 910-968-0586. Richland's Cajun Market is the only grocery store in eastern North Carolina that specializes in authentic Cajun foods like boudin, andouille, gumbo, jambalaya. Whatever Cajun you're craving, you'll find it at Richland's Cajun Market, bringing the best foods from Acadiana to the Carolinas. We may be small, but we're big on taste. Located at 904 Wood Drive in Richlands, North Carolina. Call 910-430-0662 for more information. That's 910-430-0662.
On game day, the biggest plays may happen on the field, but when it's your wedding, every moment should be all about you. At Dream Entertainment, we bring the ultimate lineup: DJs, officiants, planners, bartenders, photo and video pros, live bands, and professional hair and makeup, all working together to create your perfect day. With veteran ownership and in-house financing, we handle every detail so you can celebrate like champions. Dream Entertainment, where your big day scores big. Let's make it unforgettable.
We interrupt this broadcast for the Second Opinion halftime show.
Hi, my name is CJ from Carbon Lifeform. Here's our new song, Hope Interwoven, and you are watching Second Opinion.
1, 2, 3. Shines on streets we roam, but every whisper felt like home in the breeze we knew. Echoes and heartbeats true, this love and rhythm grew, dancing in shadows, hopes interwoven, hopes interwoven. Sun, the light subsides, at night we hide and tell on no one's home. Will we beat the storm? Echoes and memories true, none of us have a clue. Hiding in shadows, hopes interwoven, hopes interwoven. Now shines, we no longer hide. suppress our voices and our thoughts. It's not to save you. Get close, the memory's true. None of us have a clue. Hiding in shadows, hopes interwoven, hopes interwoven. Get close, and memory's true. None of us have a clue. Hiding in shadows, hopes interwoven.
Hey, y'all know about it. The world knows about it. It's the States, baby. Yeah. You don't want to mess with the military. We got this. Let's go, y'all. Just in case y'all don't know who we are for real. Come on, all of it on lock. Let me talk to you. You wonder with us, you better rethink your strategy. We ain't taking L's, you gotta be at your faculties. Enemies foreign or domestic, we squad up. Your attack plan is dismantled soon as it's brought up. We him, we them, we fight, we win, we fly, we march, we run, we swim. Every method of offense, we lock. Don't nobody want U.S. military is the telling you, it's a bad plan. You packing the pew-pew, we bringing the bam-bam. It ain't all about the muscle, because mind over matter. But sometimes you gotta have the muscle when it's time to splatter. You can get clapped up, you can get beat down. No matter what shape you're in, our circle's always around. Dropping in from the clouds, creeping in from the beaches. So you will never know what the extent of our reach is. Army, Air Force, Navy, the Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, locked and loaded. The Army, the Air Force, Navy, the Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, locked and loaded. 1371 and 1302, the whole 03 series of Marines come through. 11 bang bang and the 12 Bravo. Whoever gets a call that you wanna brawl, we all go. Anywhere on the planet, we get you where you exist. Even deep in the ocean, we got them GI fish. Not sneaking up on us, we got every coast locked. Pulling you deep underwater, you never gon' reach the top. You ain't prepared for us, we send it in the Air Force. Me, Minimum 3 is about to sing you a chorus. And if you think about going to outer space, the guardians of our galaxy right there in your face. We got Marine Raiders, SEAL, Rangers, 24 special tactics, you can't evade us. Maritime security response with the codes. Where you are willing to flee is where we are willing to go. The Army, the Air Force, Navy, the Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, locked and loaded. The Army, the Air Force, Navy, the Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, locked and loaded. It may seem that I'm psychotic, the way I'm so patriotic. Like when I say I think you plan to attack is a something ironic. You might have a fast attack, but I clap back is supersonic. Get up in you like colonic, leave you crying like you colic. We ain't gon' babysit you, knock your block off when we hit you. If allies call for support, we help and fix the issue. Smoke you from miles away or drown you up close. If we decide to shoot you up, we gon' make sure you overdose. The Army, the Air Force, Navy, the Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, locked and loaded. The Army, the Air Force, Navy, the Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, locked and loaded.
This is Doug and Todd Jim, and I'm Bill. We are Black Hills Soul, coming from the Black Hills of South Dakota. We hope you enjoy our new single, What is Peace, on the Second Opinion Sports Show.
He was raised on the word in a small town pew. Mama said, son, let the Lord guide you. And the call came down from Uncle Sam's hand. He said, I serve my God while I serve my land. They mocked his faith, called him out his name, but he stood unshaken, unashamed. He carried no rifle, just a word and a band, 'cause he knew his strength came from God's hand.
Well, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I can't touch a gun.
Lord, help me get one more soul. He cried through the smoke and the fear and the blood red sky. Every step he took, every wound he knew was a prayer to heaven shining through. Didn't need a gun, didn't need control, just a savior strong enough to make him whole. Lord, help me get one more soul.
I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna get you home.
Night fell black on Okinawa's flame. Every cry of pain called out his name. He crawled through fire, he crawled through mud. He wrapped their wounds and prayed through blood. When the cannons roared, he felt no fear, 'cause the voice of Jesus whispered near.
You're my hands, you're my heart, go do my will. When the world breaks down, I'll hold you still. Lord, help me get one more soul. He prayed while the world around him burned and frayed. He pulled him down that cliff through the endless fight, like an angel working through the night. Didn't need the glory, didn't need control, just a savior strong enough to make him whole. Lord, help me get one more soul. He took the blast when the grenade hit close, still reached for the fallen, never let go.
Lying broken, bleeding out slow. He said, if I die here, Lord, you already know I
Came for the lost, I came for the weak, 'cause you came for a sinner like me.
When the dark surrounds and faith feels thin, that's when the Holy Spirit steps in. He stood on faith when all else died, 'cause Jesus was his battle cry.
Lord, help me get one more soul. He cried till his hands went numb and the dawn replied. They said he saved 75 that day, but heaven counted more in a holy way. Didn't need a weapon, didn't need control, just a savior strong enough to make him whole. Lord, help me get one more soul. One more soul. One more soul. One more soul. Till heaven called the hero home. Yeah, one more soul.
Thank God for letting me do my part in this war and saving the lives of my fellow men.
Lord, help me get one more soul. One more soul. One more soul. One more soul. Till heaven called the hero home. Yeah, one more soul. He was raised on the word in a small town pew. Mama said, son, let the Lord guide you. And the call came down from Uncle Sam's hand. He said, I serve my God while I serve my land. They mocked his faith, called him out his name, but he stood unshaken, unashamed. He carried no rifle, just a word and a band, 'cause he knew his strength came from God's hand.
Well, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I can't touch a gun.
Lord, help me get one more soul. He cried through the smoke and the fear and the blood red sky. Every step he took, every wound he knew was a prayer to heaven shining through. Didn't need a gun, didn't need control, just a savior strong enough to make him whole. Lord, help me get one more soul.
I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna get you home.
Night fell black on Okinawa's flame. Every cry of pain called out his name. He crawled through fire, he crawled through mud.
for a sinner like me.
When the dark surrounds and faith feels thin, that's when the Holy Spirit steps in. He stood on faith when all else died, 'cause Jesus was his battle cry.
Lord, help me get one more soul. He cried till his hands went numb and the dawn replied. They said he saved 75 that day, but heaven counted more in a holy way. Didn't need a weapon, didn't need control, just a Savior strong enough to make him whole. Lord, help me get one more soul. One more soul. One more soul. One more soul. Till heaven called the hero home. Yeah, one more soul.
Thank God for letting me do my part in this war and saving the lives of my fellow men.
Lord, help me get one more soul. One more soul. One more soul. One more soul. Till heaven called the hero home. Yeah, one more soul.
Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Allen Pierce, and you're listening to my song, The Blind Waltz of Time, here on Second Opinion.
I got a bad feeling our time is at an end. I got a bad feeling I'm about to lose a friend. Yeah, but time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Got a bad feeling that waves are gonna come. Our cracked and fragile cities, the washed away in crumbs. Yeah. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. But I don't mind, it's just the waltz of time. might have a chance. As long as there's a song to play, we won't forget to dance. Yeah. Time is blind are the eyes of time. Time is blind are the eyes of time. But I don't mind.
Good morning, beautiful people. Roy the Rap here coming to you with the word of the day. I want to speak on verses related to truth because at the end of the day, there's nothing like knowing truth and walking in your truth. And with that being said, I want to start off by saying this. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, according to John 14:6. And I'm going to say this again. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and there's no other truer statement than that, okay? And with that being said, the word of the day, John 8:32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. This verse highlights Jesus speaking to those who believe in him, emphasizing that abiding in his word is a prerequisite for truly knowing the truth that brings freedom from sin and spiritual bondage, okay? And this is also a promise, okay? This verse contains a promise of freedom that comes from a profound knowledge of the truth, okay? Knowing truth, having truth, and walking in your truth leads to ultimate freedom. And at the end of the day, is nothing like being free, okay? Free from bondage, free from sin, and just ultimately just free, okay? This freedom is not automatic. It comes to those who continue in Jesus' word, meaning they are true disciples who live by his teachings, okay? Knowing this truth will lead to freedom from sin and a new way of life. This freedom is not just intellectual, but a result of a committed relationship with Christ, where his truth transforms your character and daily life, okay? Jesus, once again, Jesus is the way. And when you find Jesus, when you walk with Christ, you will learn the truth, okay? And you will learn that that truth will set you free, okay? And when you find your truth, you know your truth, stand on it, okay? Live by it, walk in it, okay? It's nothing like being free. It's nothing like knowing your truth. And it's nothing like having a relationship with God, having a relationship with Jesus, walking with Jesus, okay? And I just want to keep it real short and simple, okay? Short, sweet, and simple. The truth will set you free, okay? So anybody out there walking with Jesus, walking with Christ, continue doing that. Continue to stay the course and walk in your truth, spread your light, okay?
Hi everyone, this is Jersey Doll, executive producer of the Second Opinion Show, with a special thank you to our sponsor, Trail of Faith Farms of Trenton, North Carolina. This life-saving ministry was founded by Joshua and Jessica Shively, both U.S. Marine Corps veterans. I'd like to highlight their equine therapy program for veterans called Operation No Longer a Number. Your support provides therapeutic services and sponsorships for lessons and training. For more information, visit trailoffaithfarms.com.
Hi, my name is CJ from Carbon Lifeforms. Here's our new song, Later, When You Think of Me. And you are watching Second Opinion.
If fate hasn't ended yet, after going round and round, we are still ourselves. If fate has drifted apart, once obsession ends, we turn away again. Love is a long journey in the has ended, feelings have scattered. The story fades into pale moonlight. The road is done, people have gone. Blessings are hidden deep. We ultimately part ways to our own side from now on. This love won't disturb another meeting going forward. Only wishing peace and no more pain.
If tomorrow never came, or life threw you a curveball, what if something happened while you were away? It's not what you leave them, it's what you teach them. Get the only course today you'll ever need to build your family's financial future. Get started at jjjinvesting.com.
The Pride and Egos line of athletic wear is a brand that tells a story about people representing individuality, diversity, equality. Everybody's got our own story. What's your story?
OfficeWorks Plus of Williamston, North Carolina is your go-to resource for packaging, shipping around the world, printing, and business service needs for Eastern North Carolina. OfficeWorks Plus also provides notary public services, and their store provides office, packaging, and school supplies as well. OfficeWorks Plus is located at 825A East Boulevard in Williamston, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-792-6116. That's 252-792-6116.
LittleMediaEvents.com.
I thought this was supposed to be fake. Oh, you got me pretty good too.